We've also just rolled out, just this past week, in fact, a new news submission feature where our users can come and submit news to the site. If you're a good writer and you're bringing us good news, you're going to find your own username and your own news posted to the front page of Con. And that helps us because we want to keep abreast of all the most current news, especially with regards to Square Enix. And we want our users to feel like they've got a hand in making the site good. Mm-hmm. And, so far, we've gotten a decent response, about as good as I would expect. We've got a contest around that, so if any of your listeners are interested in picking up a nice Amazon gift card, they can come to the site, they can sign up, they can submit some news. If they're a good writer, we may even bring them on staff at some point in the future.
Nice.
Basically, this is some sort of freelancing.
Yeah, that's exactly it. A lot of major websites, there's so much news out there these days that you can't pick it all up by yourself. And having this sort of freelance capacity allows us to both widen our reach, allow the users to get more involved in the site, and provide more content to the casual user who maybe isn't sure if they want to sign up or not and stick around. But they can at least get good news from the homepage of our site one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, the basic idea behind the things we've been trying to do lately is to think, right, what do we not do very well, and can we make it easy for someone else to do it for us? And so fan art submissions and news are the natural outpourings of that, and we're very proud of them.
Right.
I'm a middle manager at heart, and I don't want to do too much of the work myself, but I do want the credit.
All right.
We are working on, actually we're opening up a closed beta, hoping, okay, that was not even a word. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be opening up a closed beta for a little bit of new functionality. I'm not going to go into what that is exactly here over the air.
Ooh, secret.
It is. As again, Tittles will tell you, I tend to be pretty secretive about the things that I'm working on for the site, especially if I think they're cool, or especially if I think somebody's going to rip them off. But we are.
That's all right. We'll just ask Tittles.
Joke about him.
Yeah, you can ask Tittles. Tittles has loose lips. But
loose lips, you say?
I will tell you, Kame, that it is something that you would have seen on the site historically that we took away for a while, and now we're revamping it, making it better, making it easier, and it's something that I think our community is really going to enjoy. We're hoping to get that out for this year's Conniversary, which again is on 31st July.
Ooh, sweet! That's coming up.
Yes, it is, and I should know. I threw out that word. Yes, it's made up. It's Conniversary. It's an anniversary. It's for con. That's how it works.
Yeah, I'm always up for celebrating stuff and doing something weird for Conniversary. Heck, I think I'm gonna, once my Lexus turns 200,000 miles, I'm gonna throw it a party.
Yeah, see, you're fortunate. Mine didn't make it that far, but that's because I bounced off a wall. But again, I digress.
Okay, well...
This should be a really good feature. It was something that was always really popular when we had it in the past, so hopefully it will be again. Hopefully people will get some fun out of it.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I guess I'll see when it is unveiled.
Well, actually, I should mention to you, Kame, that you are, in fact, an important person among the con community, and therefore you were sent an invite to this very closed beta earlier this evening. So,
oh, really?
Next time you visit the site and check your messages,
effing sweet.
You'll see exactly what we're talking about.
Uh-huh. Very nice. Okay, so, Mr. 5-1, let's talk about, what do you think Caves of Narshe's or Con's relevancy is today?
Well, I'm a bit of a cynic at heart, so I'm sure that Tittles is going to correct me here as I go. I feel that, or I worry at the very least, that Final Fantasy in general has kind of lost a little bit of its relevancy. Obviously, the fever pitch for the series was in the mid to late 90s when people were coming off of Final Fantasy VI and getting involved into the massive hype machine that was Final Fantasy VII. Obviously, that
Final
was...
Fantasy VII.
Hey, it brought Tittles into this call. So you
love it, hate it, it still happened.
Exactly.
It was a milestone, I think,
thing.
at least.
I'll hear no other word.
Certainly was. So I do feel that, while the series does continue to make strides and continues to be a success, it seems to lack a little bit of that special magic that it had 10 years ago. With that, the community of the fan site also kind of takes a little bit of a hit. As you can see from Con, and I hope that you've gone to visit it by now while you're listening to this show, gentle listeners, we are still a vibrant community, and I do think that the quality of our content and the quality of discussion on our community, by and large, is surpassing that of what else is out there. We try to make the site a little bit more intelligent, a little bit less childish, and just more inviting for people who think like we think and don't want to go to some place to argue about whether Sephiroth's sword was too long or too short or just right. I think that's the niche that we've carved out for ourselves over the years, where maybe we don't get the most traffic of any Final Fantasy site out there, any Square Enix site out there. Obviously we're not Game Facts. We're happy with what we've been able to do over the years, and we think that we're going to continue to be able to do it. And I think that's our relevancy. We are in it for the long haul, and I haven't seen any reason for us to stop doing it. So, if you're archiving all of these conversations, all of these shows that you do, maybe somebody's going to listen to it in 5 years, and I have every intention of making sure that Khan is still there in those 5 years.
Wow, you'll be an old guy by then.
I'm already an old guy.
What are you talking about? You're only a year older than me, so shut up.
Hey,
that's what he meant.
I'm not judging you.
You mentioned Game Facts there. I mean, it's an interesting point for me. Obviously what we do is basically walkthroughs and game data for, a large part of the site, and when I started playing Final Fantasy, if you were kind of looking for that kind of info, you'd maybe search the web, you'd maybe find a site like ours. I think nowadays more and more you go somewhere like Game Facts just, straight off the bat, and you don't really look around the place, and that's maybe part of the problem we have trying to, pick up interest in a way. But I think what we provide over a site like that is the kind of level of interactivity. Like, for instance, if you're looking at a list of characters and you want to see what weapons they can equip, well, you can just click a checkbox and click a button and you get all of what they can equip, and you find an item, you want to say, who can I win that item from? What battle do I need to fight? And you can look up the enemy straight away on the site. And I think that's the benefit of what we provide coverage-wise, but the difficulty is getting people to find it.
Right.
Yeah.
That and you don't need to get through half-key banners.
Yeah, banners. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a little bit more of a revenue stream with the site. I'm not going to lie. I do operate the site at a loss. I also do significant freelance work, so if you're looking for a high-quality website, Comment can give you my number. Really? No laughs for that? I hope to God we cut out, otherwise I'm just embarrassed.
She'll just put it there.
It's too late now. But yeah, again, that kind of goes back to
we'll
being
have some canned laughter in afterwards.
It's all canned anyway.
Yeah.
And now I've totally lost my train of thought. But we do run the site independent of advertising revenue. That gives us a little bit more flexibility. We don't have people telling us what we should be covering, what we shouldn't be covering. We can do the things that make us enjoy developing for the site. And, of course, it gives the user a better experience where they're not having to dig through ad after ad after ad. There's nothing grabbing their attention other than our content, which, as Tittle says, I feel is presented as well or better than any site providing similar content on the web.
Yeah. Well, I think
And that's content with a capital N, by the way, to fit in with the whole, throwing the name in theme.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to, when we're talking about this, I'm going to be posting this in the channel.